When your upper back and your shoulders feel really tight, it's important to stretch them, but it's also important to try to really focus on your thoracic spine mobility. The more your thoracic spine is mobile and can move easily, the better it's actually going to help the tension in your shoulders and your neck. I'm Bree Johnson of Heart Bones Yoga. Like, subscribe, follow for more helpful, loving, supportive, anatomy-informed yoga tips. Join Heart Bones Yoga online and let's get moving our thoracic spine. We're going to move through a couple very specific, refined thoracic rotations. And we're going to be needing a wall and we're going to be needing a yoga block. Now you're going to take your yoga block and you're going to place it at its widest width between the wall and your knee. And you're going to use this block as a way of really trying to keep your lower limbs, the lower body, in a neutral position so that we can drive more movement into the thoracic spine. So first thing we'll do is bring our arms out and then open up. Rotate. Good. And now some of us might notice as we do this that we're fighting against moving the pelvis, and that's where it's really so nice to have the block there, because if you were doing this without the block, let's try that for a second, you can notice how the pelvis and the lower body will kind of move along and help us out here. So we don't want that help. Thank you, lower body, but what we want is our thoracic spine to be more involved in the movement. So which again, getting nice and close, and then keeping that sense of stability through your lower body, we can feel more of the thoracic spine rotation. So you do that again, and then again. Good. Okay. So the next thing that we do is try to go the other way. So the arm that's closest to the wall is going to go up, and then we're going to try to rotate. If your arm comes along for the ride, hooray. But many of us are going to find that just even trying to rotate, let alone the arm, is going to be enough. So you just determine what you can do, because what we're really trying to do is get that thoracic spine rotating as opposed to what the shoulder and the arm can or can't do in terms of completing the movement. All right, so getting that work, so good, and then back. Okay, and then we repeat to the other side. This next version is going to be very interesting. It's going to be a good practice for your brain and body. So getting into the same position, and we're going to put our hands behind our head like so. And so we start with that rotation. You want to keep your ribs down, and you feel like your ribs are rotating over your pelvis. So that's variation one. And then you open up the elbow that's closest to the ceiling or the wall, and then you rotate, and then you lead with that elbow back to center. So again, rotating, lift, and then rotating, lift again. So getting into an even deeper, more interesting version of a thoracic rotation. And you're going to notice, oh, it's such great work keeping that block there. Okay, last version. Now we'll do this version off of the knees. And so you're going to still put your block next to the wall as we've been doing. Find your balance here first, and can have that back foot in a little bit, kind of like a lunge position here. And then arms out, and then rotate down. Can you go down? And then up, over, rotate, open arm, and down. So you can bring this other arm kind of feels weird sometimes, so you can keep it down like that. Good. All right, rotate, rotate. Think less about rotating your arm and more about rotating the chest. And then we're going to get more into that thoracic spine. Okay, let's try that one more time to make sure we've got the movement. And then back, rotate, come on up. Notice how your thoracic spine feels. Of course, we only showed the one side. You go ahead and do it on the other side. But what a big difference.